Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. Right, the stones do, the soil moves, the soil sort of rotates and more stones work their way up. It does happen, it is completely realistic to have a lot of stones in there. Trust me on this, because I've been picking the stones out of the ground. I've done that a lot. In very, very large quantities. Lots and lots of stones. So, I know for a fact that it does happen, and that's why I quite like this, how we've got the stones working here. A bit of shallow cultivation, you can do that for a couple of years without disturbing too many stones, and you can get away with it. But eventually, even with that, you would get more stones coming through, which is why, personally, they haven't got that bit represented in the game, but for me personally, in order to represent that while I'm playing this game, I would have periodic ploughing turned on. So do a couple of years of shallow cultivation, and then a year where I have to do ploughing, whether it's with deep cultivation with a subsoiler, something like that, or with just using a plough, and then go over with a stone picker afterwards and gather up all the stones. And to me, that's quite a realistic approach to things, because then I'm regularly, every few years, I'm having to go over the soil and remove a large amount of stones. One thing I haven't ever done is I've never had the privilege of being able to do stone picking with a machine. All of the stone picking I've ever done has been done by hand. So yes, I'm a little bit envious of the idea of people being able to just, sit in a tractor and drive up and down and pick up all those stones. Certainly seems a lot easier than going along with a bucket. You park a trailer in the field and then you just have a bucket in one hand and you go along and you see a stone that is sticking more than an inch above the ground, you put it in the bucket. And you just do that all day. That's, well, an inch above the ground if it's an arable field. If you're doing a grass field that doesn't get regularly ploughed, you still need to stone pick the fields. Every 3 or 4 years you would go and stone pick the fields, and it's quite a regular thing in an area that's got a lot of stones. You go along, same thing, trailer, bucket, off you go, you pick stones right the way across the field. If it's a grass field, because you're going to be going over that with a mower at a later date, then your grass field, you would anything above half an inch. So about 1¼ centimeters. If it's sticking more than 1¼ centimeters above the ground, you pick that stone up. Or if it's a big stone. If it's a big stone, it doesn't matter if it's lying flat, you pick it up anyway. Small stones, anything above 1¼ 1½ centimeters above the level of the ground, you pick it up. Because in another couple of months' time, when the grass has grown a bit longer, that stone could have been disturbed a little bit. It could be sticking up a little bit more. And when a mower is going across the field, the mower is mowing down short. It leaves about 2 centimeters, 2½ centimeters of stubble. So that's why we would generally set that would be about the amount that we would go for with our stones, about 1½ centimeters, because it could move that extra ½ centimeter, and then when you're mowing, the mower is going to catch that stone. It's going to flick it up. That could very well end up going through the cab of your tractor. You don't want that, right? Trust me, you do not want the stone joining you in the cab. It's not a nice experience. It's not a pleasant thing to have happen. You don't want it. Right, I'm going to start right there, like that, with ploughing. Going to see how he gets on. So we're on 38,950. So, I mean, roughly 39,000 euros we've got at the moment. Oh. Oh, look at that. There's a bug at the moment. Right, well, I don't know what that was, but there is actually a bug at the moment that hired help doesn't rotate the... Oh, he is now. He's rotating it. I did hear of a bug where they weren't rotating the plows properly. They rotated it there. So that's alright at least. Is he going to rotate it now? Should do. Yeah, there we go. Right, so he is actually working all right. He's rotating the plow properly. There was a few people who I remembered that a few people had reported a bug of. I've seen some pictures of it, of the plows not being rotated when they were working in the field, but it appears that we are not cursed with said bug. So, we are going to see if we can get this Mahindra and water tank back up to our place up the top. Not entirely convinced that I'm going to be able to pull this thing up the hill. The weight now on machinery does seem to be a lot more balanced. So heavy machinery is actually heavy, and it's difficult to pull it up the hills. So I suspect that we're going to be able to get it part way, and then we're just going to have to stop, and that's going to be the end of it. We will have to wait. So let's bring you on round here. At the moment, I know where there's at least one cheese outside the cathedral there, the church, but I haven't gone and picked it up yet. So we have got a reserve of money available we can go and get when we need to, but we haven't sort of cashed in on that one yet. I've got no idea where the other cheeses are. They could be anywhere. I know that a few people have gone and found them already, like found everything. Smoodalini, who is the person on our Discord server who runs the... he's the guy in charge of running our multiplayer server. We've got a multiplayer server. We're using the Elm Creek map at the moment. It's supplied by Nitrado, so if you'd like to come along and play on the multiplayer server, then please feel free to. All the details, you need to join the Discord. All the details are on there. There are a set of rules that you will need to abide by if you want to join the multiplayer, but you are more than welcome to come along and join in with multiplayer shenanigans. There's a few people already started playing. Not a lot of people playing it regularly at the moment, because a lot of people are still getting to grips with the game and doing single-player stuff. But there are people already getting on there. At the moment, we've got it set so we don't have a huge number of mods, which means that crossplay can happen, and you can also join in if you've got an older console as well, because the slot number is quite low. So we've kind of kept it like that at the moment. It won't be staying like that, so if you'd like to join in on our multiplayer server on using the crossplay on the using the crossplay options, then you need to, like on console, you do need to do that fairly soon, because that will be going away. We will be adding more mods that won't be console compatible, although we're gonna try and wait until we change the map before we do that. Once the map changes and we go to a new map, that will almost certainly be a map that won't be compatible with console anyway. We're not like doing it maliciously or anything like that. It's just that some of the maps that come out are absolutely astounding, and we want to be able to play them. I say we very loosely because I don't go on to the multiplayer server, but I have a very good reason for doing that. I have to play this game all the time. I have to play this game for many years, possibly 3, maybe even 4 years before a new version of this game comes out, and I don't want to burn myself out on it. I've got plans for this game. I've got lots of plans, and I don't want to be in a situation where I'm burned out on this game early on. I really, really don't, because that's just going to spoil my enjoyment, spoil the quality of any videos that I might make. Let's just unhitch that one. We'll leave that trailer right there for a minute. So I don't play on the multiplayer server. I don't join other people and play on their servers. I don't play this game outside of any recording. And And at the moment, I would really like to. I genuinely do want to play this game more than I'm playing it at the moment, but I'm deliberately not allowing myself to. I'm holding myself back on that because I do not want to burn out on this game. This is a mistake I've made before, and I'm not going to do that again. So I'm absolutely not doing any additional gameplay with anybody for any reason. Right, we just want to keep a close eye on how much we spend right now on the water. I'm going to fill this tank right up. I am actually going to take a full tank load of water. We just need to keep an eye on how much we actually spend here. And then I want some greenhouses. We want to have some greenhouses dotted around, and we want to be able to use those. In order to be able to use the greenhouses, we're going to need to have level ground to put them on. We've got to decide where we want to put them. Are we going to try and put them up here somewhere where it's slightly more level? Or are we going to try and stick them down the bottom of the hill down there so we don't have so much of a struggle getting trailers to and from? Not quite sure yet. Probably we'll put them up here. We also want to have some beehives as well. Right, 730. It's just 730 euros for the water. So it's not a huge amount, really. And this is going to keep us going with water for quite some time, actually. We're not going to be running out of water anytime soon now. So yeah, you won't see me on the multiplayer, but there is multiplayer there, and they're already getting a few people who are playing it regularly. And like I said, if you want to have a chance of doing the crossplay, playing on your console, then I suggest you do so sooner rather than later, because that's not going to be there for a very long time. It's not that crossplay is going anywhere, it's just that we won't have crossplay on our server as an option because there'll be mods there that consoles can't have. Right. But, yeah, Smoodelini, where I started off with this, he's the guy in charge of the multiplayer server. He decides what happens, if you want certain mods brought in, if you want things bought, stuff like that. He is the guy that makes all of those executive decisions. He is... What am I going to do now? Are we going to buy some beehives and put those going, or are we going to see about some greenhouses? If we're going to do greenhouses, we're going to want to put them over here. I think this would be the best place. This is the most level area. And therefore, if we're going to do that, we're going to want to mow a new section. The only thing with the mowing is that I want to be able to pick the bales up a little bit faster. Either that, or we're going to need to buy a round baler. But first off, we're going to need to get some mowers. Now, for the mowing here, I'm actually thinking we're going to go in here. So, yeah, Smudo, he has actually found all of the collectibles on all of the maps. The Elm Creek one has got 100 collectibles on there, and he's found every single one of them. Which is quite impressive, it must be said. He has found all of them. Twice, actually. He's done that twice now. So that is worthy of recognition, I feel. 48,000. So we got to spend another 26,000 in order to get a round bale right there. Now, I don't know if large bales can just be put straight into the sheep pens. I think they can. I think you can just go and put the round bales down. So we could do that. We could sell the small square baler, and we could go with that. Don't necessarily want to do that, though. What I would rather do is have that one. But it's 64,000 euros. It is a ridiculously expensive piece of equipment. But I really like this one, because we could then go and put a pack of bales next to the sheep. And you break them open, you just put the bales in one at a time until you've used the pack up, and then we bring another one over. And I actually really, really like that option. Now, if we go into the machinery deals at the moment, this is all we've got for machinery deals. Oh, there is a mower in there. That puts that mower down to just 7,000. Front-mounted mower. Tempted to get that one, actually. Although the mower I was thinking of was actually that one. That's a 4-meter cut. Although that one there at 18,000 is a 4.4 meter cut. But can my tractor cope with that? Being tilted off to one side. 18,000 for that one, and then the mower here, 2.4 meters. Instead of 12,000, we've got a deal here on it, right there. It's 11 months there. The problem with it is that, yes, it's 11 months old, but it's also going to need some repair work done on it. 6,900. 7 grand for that one. We get 5,000 off the price of that mower. I think we'll do it. I think we will get that one. That is a front-mounted mower, isn't it? I'm not going to find out that mower is actually... No, it wouldn't go on the back like that. No, it wouldn't. So, let's do it. Let's buy that mower right there. Buy. 7,000 euros. Now, that's a front-mounted one. I've got 30,000 left. I actually think that we would be better off not buying another mower. I think we'd be better off just having the front-mounted mower at the moment and not going for another one. What I will do, though, is this one here. As I said before, I don't want to use that one anymore. It is a nice mower to use, but honestly, it's going to take way too long. So we've used it, we've tried it out, it was a lot of fun doing that. So there's 10 grand coming back, so that gives us 40,000. So we'll just stick with that one front-mounted mower at the moment. So we're going to go and get that one. We are going to have to build a track here somewhere. This is going to, it's quite important, I feel, that we do actually build a track here. Come round the stones there, and then it would come down this way. That's the steepest bit of it. And then over there. And then basically we just run down the fence. Run down the fence line right here. I really like that you can hear the birds now. When they go up in a group, you can actually hear them as they disappear. Which is another just a little tiny bit, little aspect which I think is really good. Here, I would want to remove one of these. If we got our track coming out here, I'd want to remove one. I mean, we could have the track come out over here, make it a little bit more sense. We've got a wider area there. It does actually seem like it's made for it a little bit better, and then the track would have to come up through there. We have to think about that. Quite sure how we would do that. But it doesn't really matter. There's a minor detail there. So let's head on down to the shop, and we will get that mower. So we got a slightly cheaper mower. That's good. Maybe, just maybe, we can get one of those bale packers a little bit cheaper. That would be really good. Right now, I want to buy some greenhouses. I want to buy some beehives. So there's a few things that I'm going to want to spend money on. So even if we could get another 20,000, we get like 12,000 for a cheese. We know where one cheese is. We could go and look for another couple of cheeses and actually have 2 or 3 cheese. That could work. We could do that. Let's go over this way. But we're still... then we're still going to be sort of pushing it to the wire with our available funds, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to use up all the money that we've got just on one item, which we're only going to use occasionally. I think I'd rather be spending more time picking up the bales by hand than getting all of those at the moment. So, yeah, like right now I'm kind of... umming and eyeing on that quite a bit, to be honest. You may not have noticed. But it's the mower right here. This is the important bit. We can get the mower. We can go and we can mow, and then we can also... so we get that one right there. Actually, we can have a look in the workshop. We don't even need to do that, because we got the repair anywhere. So all you do is you go up to it like this. Damage is 42%. If I press N on there, repair costs on that is 389. So even though we save 5 grand on that one, 5,000, we spent 6,900. I'm going to repair that. Complete repair job 389. Now the value is 4785. I'm not going to repaint it. I don't want to do that, but I do feel that, you know, repairing that mower was a good idea. I mean, yes, admittedly, you wouldn't do that at the dealership. We should have waited till we got home, but that's a minor little detail. Before we go dashing off there, let's go and see how the plough is getting on. Left a few bits up through there. A little bit of a mess. But we're doing alright at the moment. We're doing alright on this job. And I think that ultimately we are going to end up making a bit of money. Running costs, it's a bit... Well, I haven't had, like, hired help. If I got new sold vehicle running, vehicle leasing, that's the forklift. Don't worry about that. Property sold, seed, fertilizer. Wage payments, 1,416. 1421. 426. Good gravy. Have we used the hired help for anything? We haven't. This is literally the only job that we've done that we've used the hired help on. I can tell you right now that if that is an accurate representation right there, 1,453, 1,450, if that is an accurate representation, we are not going to make any profit out of this job. I mean, we lose 750, I think, or thereabouts. So 2,600 is what this job would end up paying us. We're 51% complete. I don't think we're going to make very much money out of this job. I really don't. But it's good to find out. This is something that I wanted to find out. Like, is it possible to make money out of contracting with using hired help? Because this is something that we've done a lot of. And it would appear that we can no longer use hired help on contract work and actually make a profit out of it. Which, don't get me wrong, is, you know, it is difficult to spin a profit doing contract work in farming, but you are able to actually make a profit. I love the wind effect on this. Oops. I don't want to go that way. I love the wind effect. Look at that. You stop moving, and it stops blowing, and then the wind effect goes again. And I go faster, and the wind effect actually becomes more pronounced. We slow down. It really does. The faster you go, the more pronounced that wind effect becomes. That's such a cool little detail. I mean, yeah, I know it's just like it's a set pattern that it's moving in, but that's brilliant. That's absolutely amazing. It's genuinely amazing. So cool. There is so much attention to detail. They really have outdone themselves. Yeah, I know there's bugs. And I've seen these arguments about they haven't tested anything. There was one particular thread that I seen somewhere where someone was saying that they've clearly done no testing, and this person had worked in software development for 25 years, and if they had given a piece of software with as many bugs as this game, they would never have gotten another client. It was pointed out that a game is not a piece of software for a client. A game is yes, it's still a piece of software, technically, but it's not for a client on a system. A game is a piece of software that is for hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of clients on hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of systems. It's very difficult to test a million different systems, especially when you don't know what all the combinations of system could be. So it's not a case of they haven't tested anything, it's a case of it's not physically possible to test everything. And this is why you won't get a game released. And counter-argument was put forth that small indie developers, they manage to do it. Actually, they don't. What they do is they fix the bugs, and they do it quickly, like Giants do. Giants may not have communicated out that they're working on a patch a lot, but they have said that they are working on a patch. And we know that they're working on a patch. They have actually said it, they just haven't said it lots and lots of times in lots and lots of places, that's all. But we know they're working on a patch. That is something that they've already stated, and... Okay. I've got to do this by hand anyway. I can't use hired help to go and do this job. So we're not going to worry about hired help doing this job. We are going to... I did not realise that you could do that with this tractor. Yes. OMG. I had no idea. That looks horrible to drive. That looks genuinely horrific. Steering wheel... really... I'm not sure that I want to do that. Let's see if we can actually do, like, it does seem to struggle going into cab sometimes. Yeah, see, it sort of catches, and it does not like being in cab. Steering wheel to one side. That is horrifying. I'd have to be steering with my right hand to do that as well. That's even worse. I steer with my left hand because my right hand is what I use to operate the controls on the tractor. It's just how it happens. Being in the UK, the gear stick for me is on that side because we're a right-hand drive nation. I can do that. I can change gear with my left hand, but generally when I'm driving, I'm holding the steering wheel with my left hand. Years of training in a tractor. But look at that. Okay. That is absolutely brilliant. That is amazing. Look at it. Okay, I love this. I really do. I genuinely love this. Let's do that, shall we? Right, we'll stop that one there a second, and we're just going to pop into construction mode. We're going to go to... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.